Well, I'm really very proud to be the introducer, is that the right word? Introduction, to give the introduction to my candidate, who is Mary Kate Portley, who's an Irish woman, young Irish woman. There she is. You can't miss her because she's wearing the green, it looks like, you know, something from the, well, perhaps I'd better not say this, but I was, can I say they look like the shoes out of the Wizard of Oz? Is that acceptable?
Take it.
And Mary Kate is an extremely interesting person. She comes from County Cork in the south of Ireland, but now she works in Dublin, and her job is, she works for, in fact, for the Accenture company, but for a team which Accenture has put together to work with the Irish police and by extension from Ireland to the international police to work out ways in which it's possible for the police of different countries to reach out and get proper public support. Every day, it seems to me, we read stuff in the papers about different American cities where black people are being shot down by the police of those towns and cities. Absolutely shocking. And it's Mary Kate's job, along with her colleagues, to work on this and to work of ways of changing the attitudes, the hostility between police and ordinary people. So I want you to give her a lovely welcome and to listen to what she's got to say.
Thanks very much. Thank you very much for that introduction. Delegates, I have never seen a gun. This is not a statement that many people here can make, but I am very lucky that I live in a place of peace. A century ago, the first Irish Police Commissioner, Michael Staines, said that Ireland's police force, called An Garda Síochána, succeeds not by force of arms or numbers, but by their moral authority as servants of the people. And still today, rank-and-file Gardaí in the streets do not carry a gun or a taser. The low number of firearms majorly contributes to An Garda Síochána being named the second best police force in the world, and Ireland the 12th most peaceful country globally. 2 years ago, while I was studying in France, I took part in the university's first Model United Nations simulation in cooperation with Interpol. And I began asking hard questions about how international and national forces work together in peacekeeping operations. And now I focused my career on helping solve similar problems. At Accenture, I work with our National Police and State Security Service, learning how to build trust with the community. Recently, Accenture brought together 22 public service leaders from 16 countries across the globe so they could share their experiences and exchange best practices. Now, despite differing politics and geographies and systems, they all faced the same challenge: engaging with their communities. It was their number one concern. Last week, I spoke with Sergeant David McInerney from An Garda Síochána's Bureau of Community Diversity and Integration, and he's spent his career protecting human rights and building trust between minorities and police forces, from Bosnia and Mozambique to Ireland. He says it takes years to create an inclusive society, and the only way to combat extremism and radicalization is to consistently engage with the community. Listen, ask why, and try to understand. Then endeavor to prevent any unlawful actions resulting from such extremism and radicalization. Lessons can be learned from other countries too. So the LAPD, for example, have worked on repairing their police force's fractured relationship with the LGBT community. They have established regular forums with Muslim leaders, and they've emphasized the need for mutual respect and collective responsibility. In today's modern world, this offline work requires a second approach, the online. The Counter-Terrorism and Special Operations Bureau of the LAPD has said that counter-terrorism can happen with counter-narrative. Change the story and you'll change the approach. And if you change the approach, you will change the world. And we've heard earlier today about how technology is used as a way to harm, but it can also be used to protect. The UK, for example, has piloted the use of analytical algorithms. By using many different data sources and applying it to police-gathered intelligence, they could predict the likelihood of gangland violence occurring. And these analytical algorithms can now also be used to prevent radicalization. Data readily available from Facebook groups and Twitter feeds can identify popular terms and visually map and retweet mention networks. Hotspots of activity and movement can be identified at events and demonstrations. A sentiment analysis senses the general tone of the data. Specific moods and opinions can also be identified. It can even scan images for those used to radicalize, things like numbers and specific animals that alone would be harmless, but together they would contribute to an extremist message. Just as advertisers create targeted online campaigns using your search history, so too can these extremists to target vulnerable citizens. The data produced by this algorithm ensures that those people can be diverted to safe sites and their radicalization can be prevented. Criminal intelligence will continue to be gathered by traditional means by our police, but this data will strengthen the intelligence and allow early police intervention. If, like me, you come from a peaceful place, the combination of community, civil society, and peaceful policing both on and offline will help us to counter extremism. If you do not come from a peaceful place, I want you to know that peace is possible if the police embrace their diverse communities and the community learns to trust, not fear them. All of us here today need to take action. We need to take responsibility. And today I'm sending a tweet, #peacefulpolice, to An Garda Síochána to thank them for their commitment to being an unarmed police force. Because thanks to them, I have never seen a gun. Gurv Mahagat.
Absolutely lovely.